I hope that the kids will come out of this knowing how to be part of a community, how to be part of a community that is sustainable, where the relationships are ongoing, where the impact on the environment is manageable. I want kids to come out of this ready to walk into a four-year college, and I don't see any reason why you can't teach academics through this lens and have kids do that. And I want kids to come out of this feeling like they had a safe and secure childhood. You know, that they were in a place and part of a community that was safe for them, secure for them, and delightful for them. Why do we do sustainability at Laurel Tree? It's something that we've been working towards for a very long time without really naming it. And then we had the opportunity to apply for this grant, the PAC-10 grant. And it's a grant that asks teachers to come up with a project that they believe in and that they want more training in. So it's teacher design, and that was really exciting for us. And we said, we don't want to come up with something that's on top of everything else we're doing. We want to take what we are doing, figure out what direction that is, what we really want, and then do that really well. And after kicking it around a little bit, we realized that what we really want to get good at is creating a sustainable school.
The school lunch.
And so this grant has allowed us to take those first steps down that path of being sustainable, and not just being sustainable like eco-groovy, we're teaching kids about gardening, but sustainable in terms of the planet, sustainable in terms of financial sustainability for the school. That's a big issue for everybody right now. And sustainability for us professionally. How can we keep doing what we really believe in passionately without being burnt out? How can we design a system that is sustainable on all those levels?
The mantra for permaculture is earth care, people care, and fair share. And some of that is pretty intuitive being at a school and working with children as far as the people care goes. But as a school, we also identified that we have a role that we play in our environment. And so working with the children and taking care of the earth was also a big piece of that. And so last summer, a few of us got certified as permaculture designers, and I just took that and incorporated into my first period class with the high school, and then as well as last period where we work with multi-age, multi-grade groups of students, and that's our sustainability hour. And so we're outside working in the garden, working on water infiltration and water mitigation types of systems, parking lot pollution systems, orchards, making a better connection between the garden and the food program that the students can participate in here. And so it was just a natural fit with a lot of the things we already have going on, and it fit our mission as well.
We are just in front of the school. We call it the island. It's like a strip of grass, and surrounding it are parking spaces.
Since we're on a parking lot area, there's lots of oil leak, there's gas, there's, you never know what you're gonna get. So what we wanted to do is divert that into a specific area and then have plants use that same pollution as nutrients. I'm glad that we are learning this, and that I think that the whole world can kind of take a look at it and get a note on how to live more sustainably.
One of the projects that we've been working on in this period of maybe a month was our sheet mulch project, which contains cardboard, different layers of cardboard, it doesn't really matter what consistency, and then we have straw, and then gorilla hair, which is the bark of trees, and then that absorbs the water and kills the grass slowly, which makes it easier to plant beautiful trees. I think the most important thing that I've learned over this project is that it doesn't have to be a big impact that you do to help the earth, but you can just do like little things. Even at my house, I've been taking this into our garden and all this stuff.
So we had a really big problem with flooding over here, and since all the cars come in through here, we had a big problem with pollution too. So we opened this up so the water could flow all the way and out into the grassy area out there.
Some of the earthwork systems we've used is the swale, which is this long path that will take the water out into the grassy area. And we've added gravel so it catches all the sediment, and added check dams, which are piles of gravel throughout the system that gather more of the sediment and lock it in instead of either piling it up at the front or creating like a pile in the back. It's a good alternative to doing, as what Dan calls, complicated Western style systems. Problems are really assets that aren't being utilized, and you just work with them instead of against them, and it can create like the outcome that you wanted.
Our project is to divert the excess water that runs off of the parking lot away from our garden, because we have edibles in here. We put plants in there that are going to work together. So if we have some plants that are going to attract some slugs or snails, we're going to put integrated pest management plants, which is IPMs. I think the most important thing about what we're doing is it's going to go on for a long time. It's not just going to be a short solution that's going to be a quick fix.
This is a water mitigation project, and one of the things looking at in permaculture systems is the least amount of change with the greatest effect. We've had standing water issues underneath the building, and we get a lot of rain here in the winter time. So we took a look at water and the path that it's taking, and how can we work with it instead of changing it. And essentially what we had the kids do is survey the entire campus, and they found the highest point and the lowest point, and the school building happens to be in between that. And so through a system of swales and berms, the water now comes through here. It moves off into infiltration basins, which will fill up, and there's plants that are established in there that can tolerate high levels of water. And then it moves on through, eventually making it to the final sink, which is the field at the lowest point.
We're trying to accomplish two things pretty much. Getting out all the invasive plants and putting in new ones, and also trying to get whenever it rains, try to get all the water not to go in the field or on the sidewalk.
Well, first we dug out non-native plants because they were choking out a lot of other plants. And then we planted some more native plants.
When those native plants, you need to make sure they're in the actual habitat, because if they're not, they don't work as well, and some plants need more stuff than the other plants.
It was really fun and hard at sometimes, like digging up the roots and gathering the leaves to sheet mulch it. It was hard.
So the way we're weaving these outdoor projects and the sustainable systems that we're doing at school into the classroom is that we have an academic component of sustainability. And in that academic component, from 2 to 3, when kids aren't gardening or they aren't cooking or they aren't running the recycling systems, they're in the academic part of it. And in that part, we're doing things like watching Food Incorporated, getting mediation training, reading articles on sustainability and permaculture so that they have a time where they are learning about and getting the academic background for what they're doing hands-on. And I'm seeing that the idea of sustainability and the principles of permaculture are getting interwoven into the very structure of our school. So it's not just that we have chickens on a garden and we read articles about eco-groovy stuff, it's that everybody's learning how to be thoughtful and observant, and that we make that part of how we run our school. And everybody's learning about how to think about things in a sustainable way. It's about creating a community where kids have the optimal environment for learning as much as they can